Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing the exact same Jeskai control list we played yesterday, but before you click off, because maybe you don't find it all that interesting if it's the exact same list, we do play vastly different matches I think in today's video than yesterday. Yesterday we had about 6 matches that lasted very small incremental time, and these ones were all at least 10 to 12 to 15 minutes each, being very intense games. But yeah, I realized we were a couple of games out of diamond, so I wanted to just play this and finish that tier up, and then we can kind of play whatever after, because as you may know, once you hit a tier up, you can lose as many games as you want. You'll never rank down. And being 2 games away, I felt like, or 2 or 3, or I don't remember exactly how many games away, I felt the need to just try to hit it and just get kind of locked in at that spot. So with that said, we're going to dive into games, play some more best of 1 here, and run it up. On the play, everything in his hand's connected, so we'll keep. Play a Surveil land, have the blue-white available next turn. Keep, might matter, might not matter. Could matter. Go ahead. Oh, what a joy. What a joyous occasion. The mirror. Huh? Sure. More cards typically means a better path to winning. They just played 3 Surveil lands. How are they beating any aggro deck? It feels like. But I mean, maybe they have other lands. They're just playing all the Surveil ones to get them out of the way. Definitely could be the case. Sure. I mean, I also played 3, but I've had 2 open mana on every turn. Don't need a rest in peace, I don't think. Considering I have the other one. So it's only right to see the last one there. If they consult here, we take it. We just let them have it. Not defending that whatsoever. A card for a card in a game like this is kind of a wash. You really want the valuable 2 cards on everything you can. Let's see what our opponent does here. Sure. There's so much more important things in this match to counter. It really will come down to if we hit every land drop against them. They defended against. They opened it up. I feel like just passing here. Am I willing to miss a land drop for this? I think so. Which is unfortunate, but 3 cards, and if this is the kind of the similar list, that means this is only a 1 of, and we answer a threat kind of indefinitely, so I'll do that. It's a draw 3 there. Discard what, 1? That goes away, so it's like positive. I will have to consult here, unfortunately, to dig for a land. I missed a land drop, so we'll see if... Well, okay. They about got me. I feel like just waiting here. We will want to get as much value out of these no more lines as we can. Because once we get to a certain point in the game, they're not just going to be valuable anymore. We have 2 of the 4. A consult here can definitely get met with a counterspell. Especially if it's like a kicker one. They do nothing, sure. We'll give them value. Now they miss the land because they're holding. This is definitely worth countering now. Especially again as No More Lives become less and less relevant. Misrise Village and the Jeskai card seems like I want them to be the grab. Oh, nice. We have a threat to jam on their end step. Sure. Maybe that's what they have. Let it go. Again, we're looking to jam this to play on their end step, force them to interact. Although they did miss a land, we could have maybe fought for it. Maybe I do just pat. Actually, Never mind. That makes... That's not enough mana. And I'll pass. Oopsie. Not enough mana. For some reason, I thought this makes a blue. Like, I know it doesn't. That's the problem. I know for a fact it doesn't. It's just funny that I thought so. Is this all the consult? No, it's a helix. Okay. Like, is that all the consults? Surprised they didn't helix there to begin with. Most likely has another one, but there's 2 consults and the river regent in the yard. Yeah, here, now we'll do this. Like, you already did this once. Let's play this. Waterbend 4, so they can tap out for their entire turn if they want. They get lost it. Land? Sure. Seems like a good card to win this game. They get lost and pay for the thing. It feels like I'm supposed to revelation, but I think that's wrong. I think we're probably walking into a turn where they tried to board wipe. Sure, that's fine. Doing 5 off of repeatable damage here, so it's okay. If it wasn't repeatable damage, then we'd have a problem. If I go for revelation against like the get lost and stuff, but now we have a no more lies open, so maybe it's just that, right? No more lies randomly getting a ton of value in a game like this. Get lost bend. Sure. Combat. Here. Nice, nice, nice. We could go for stock up. We haven't played a land here, and I still have no more lies plus pay for a no more lies. If they try to remove my Unagi. Last one of these I probably don't take right now. I probably just take what, a lightning helix if it's close, or is it a get lost to deal with the card that I'm currently playing? Maybe it is the get lost. We have the life gain here. I play land and then we pass. Okay, on their upkeep. I think they meant to activate that, but 5, 6, 7 plus hold up and no more lies, plus we can make it uncounterable. My turn. My bet. Here. We'll also gladly just discard the rest in peace here. We're not defending that ever. End the turn. End. Off. Now if they do it again, we just revelation their revelation. It'll be so sick. I don't know why it asked me there. This doesn't get around it either. Oh, wait, yo. Misrise Village makes you not have to pay the ward cost because your card can't be countered. That's sick. Well, we can't tap out now. Land. How much mana they got? 5, 6, 7, 8. Combat. Nice. Our Unagi gets it done. I just thought about that. Misrise Village making it uncounterable. If they had that at any point, they could play through this waterbend cost. That's funny. Wow. What a hand, huh? I mean, I'm going to try to keep this. This enters untapped thanks to our archive. This is only a 1 of, so we don't have a fear drawing it. This is a 2 of. 2 of. Sure. Lands are good here. Day of Judgment, obviously, on the ready. They mauled. Obviously, we didn't know. Okay, well, we just got to play the mirror again, apparently. It tapped. Although it didn't really matter. It could not be the mirror, but most likely this is the mirror again. Or it's blue, black, or 4-color. Huh. I'm going to jam a card into their counterspell for free. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to us. Oh, it's probably just mill, right? This is where, like, this card's so good. Yeah, I'll take my turn. I don't have another blue for this. I just thought of that. Interesting. Interesting situation. We can pay around like a phantom interference at least this way, right? Here. We just have to take the blue source, unfortunately. Then scry 2, then draw a card. Sure. That'll happen on their upkeep as well. So honestly, we might play land, just play the Unagi right away. They tapped out for that. Although that could definitely be like a punting situation. The problem is with mill, it's going to be so hard for us to maintain a good spot in the game. If that's truly what we're against. Which I have a weird feeling it is. Play this. They draw, then this triggers, and it's a waterbend 4. So unless they have a card that's uncounterable here, or a card I'm just not thinking of, it's like Edict. I mean, nowhere to run could happen, I guess. Try to draw a card, just puts us up 2 cards. I do play Rest in Peace, so the board wiped. It's like, oh, I'll do everything, and then they just try to exile my whole graveyard, or do that the whole way. I could potentially get around by just playing Rest in Peace. I think got board wipe 6 mana. So we should be good for Unagi to potentially connect here. Again, waterbend 4 is a lot. Typically, we're not able to just jam it on 5. We're typically under pressure. Our opponent tapped out, and we're going to try to take advantage of that. Nowhere to run. Exactly what we thought. Down to 2. Maybe play a second one? Weird problem. Sure. So weird problem. Yep. Hey, I know a card that's pretty good. Apparently I clicked the other card. I really don't remember doing that, but I probably did. Sure. If we think it's mill, we want that card, right? Could not be. But let's be honest. I feel like it's mill. Whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1, waterbend, take an extra turn. Sure. They're pretty far from that. Sure. We can always try to Day of Judgment after this too. But I do think a card like Rest in Peace is going to be pretty important here. I want to say I think it's mill, but I'm not sold that it's mill, right? Could be a lot of things. I meant to grab the Mistrise Village, but I ended up grabbing a Consult Star Charts. Also, our opponent did this earlier. They could have done the Mistrise, but the problem is they also had a creature, that thing that said -X/-X, so it was like pretty much the same thing. This is just a jam of a card here. Yep. You have 3 mana. It has to be a 3 steps ahead. It is. Sure. I'm unsettled that it's mill now. I do think they're just eventually going to try to do this. It's 20, so it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10. Sure. Took my board wipe, which probably means they don't have a counter spell. Stock up. Weird way to answer that, potentially. Yeah. A weird answer, potentially. Could find Phantom, but I have 3 mana, so it doesn't necessarily get there. But 4 1/1s will do the job just as well, to be honest. Yep. And we'll try to do this on their end step. So I've lost a Day of Judgment and Ultima. I only have 1 Day of Judgment left. Which obviously makes this a bit harder. Man, kind of playing as though it was mill is a bit tough. Even though I still think it is, which is the weirdest part. I think we just got pressured by a random card that we didn't have a counterspell for. I think we tapped out, to be fair, but regardless. Obviously barreling this. Well, they know they really put us in a bad spot if that didn't resolve. Is it Revelation here? Maybe. Okay. Maybe it wasn't Revelation. Sure. Could try to jam this card and then get into our turn and do whatever we want. Oh yeah, activate that Mishrad's Village. Sweet. It actually works incredibly well for us. They tapped out. So now we can put this back in their hand, remove a creature, and draw a couple cards. And gain life, right? Or we let this happen and we bounce and remove one. That also seems okay. I'm actually down with... 'cause, like, they still get to consult, right? So it's like, whatever. Actually down to do that. And now we get some answers to the board. We have another revelation. We're actually weirdly within striking distance. And they might just go here, double bouncies, which would be obviously bad, but kind of whatever at the same time. They ripped a caustic card. This one, most likely. We're allowed to cast it. Yeah. Sure. Didn't recognize that at first. The Final Fantasy one, so that makes sense. It can't be blocked, so I guess the Yanagi play doesn't even work. Did go for that. What, we think of 3 steps ahead, maybe? You're gonna bounce my rest in peace? Okay. I don't know how I feel about that, but I feel a way about it. No More Lies is a pretty sweet way to defend this. We have 4, 7, 2. Rest in peace could be established here. But I don't know if I care right now, right? Because to play that and then do everything else, it just doesn't work. Huh. Weird. We wait till their turn. 2, 7, 2, 2, 5. Yeah, I think it's okay to play it tapped. Pass here. They have something regardless. That feels like a 3 steps ahead, right? So maybe it's just barrel get lost against this. A counter, we let it happen. I wish I had a misrise, although unfortunately we just don't. Oh, weird. They are tapping that. Okay. Four, 5, 6, 12. See how they attack here. An all-out attack. Sure. Well, there went my misrise, right? They can only have a counter spell, right? With what their mana is. 1, 2. Yeah, sure. Down to 3. Going to strike for lethal here. I have counterspell myself. Again, they can answer this. They would have to make it uncounterable because obviously we can defend here. This is all kind of a bait too. Well, that auto-resolved. Here. Combat. 1, 2, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm better probably just jamming this and seeing if it resolves. Return. I don't know. Let's return that to hand and do 4 here. Oh, very nice. We get there. I guess he's just blue-black dragon. We didn't see any mill effects, but maybe they just had them. They just had no reason to play them, right? But yeah, the all-out attack, not leaving anything. This token can't block or be... Okay, so these needed to swing. Swinging here felt weirdly loose because they knew we had this guy, but maybe... Did they know about our No More Lies? I don't think so, actually. So we're going to escape him with that game. Very cool. All right, the winning in that we've all wanted. We'll keep... We have mountains, so our card enters untapped. I think the island one enters off of Forest Mountain, the Misrise Village. But the Corey, I think, is off of an island, but maybe it's off of a plains too. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But here, you know, we play this tapped. We go into this, have a No More Lives held up. If they play a creature, then maybe we can defend ourselves. It's kind of whatever. Kind of hoping for a good matchup so we can hit our diamond and call it a day. It's always nice to be able to hit the tier up because then you can effectively lose as many games as you want. It just doesn't really matter. Land, go. Auto pass, like it just passed really fast. Oh, nothing. And then we're just going to keep passing here. We see red, green. Okay. Una nonsense, maybe? Definitely going to counter that. Unless it's just a really high ramp deck here. Double blue is established. We have a consult here. We could No More Lies again. With the ramp deck, this is obviously going to become a worse card. So let's just answer that now. Why we still have the options, right? And we'll pass. Unfortunately, miss a land, but this is where stock up's good. I think we take land. I almost want to take double land here. Definitely taking archive. But realistically, we're going to draw more land. So let's grab 3 steps ahead. Sure. Yeah, it's kind of why it's weird to grab 2 lands. You want to, because we know for a fact that we need to hit our land drops all the way through. It's just one of those weird things where it's like we play a lot of lands too, So sometimes don't be afraid to grab a land and good valuable cards. That's 3 of those in a row, by the way. Sure, that one resolves. That one finally resolved, brother. Get lost. Probably good enough to keep. We're going to do something weird. Hopefully my opponent goes like land into Ugin. And then when they plus, we'll flash this in. So we can draw 2 cards off that Ugin. And then we can like get lost Ugin or just do a not this card. Okay. Weird scenario there. At least it feels weird. Land. 4 mana. Do this. So now if we target their thing and force them to double draw on their turn, we actually get 2 cards. So it's not even like that big of a deal. And definitely just passing here. I will attack. They Ugin and target. Again, they have to waterbend 4. So it's not like it's a very cheap option. They draw again. They're in trouble. This spell can be counted whenever creature control spell becomes target of spell or ability to draw a card. I said other spells couldn't be countered too. We all see that red creature, you know, the 2-drop. I see a lot of people are like, this is crazy in CEDH. And I'm like, yeah, you have 1 of those. Like in standard, I have to beat 4 of them. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to me. Badger Mole Cub, huh? Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Here. Ooh, good cards, good cards. I'm gonna draw 2 here anyway, so let's just take the good valuable cards. Then let's pop here. They'll draw a card, which is obviously good, but then the Unagi will draw 2. So it's kind of a way to... We give them a little bit, but we take a lot more. Right? They give it protection, then sure. That's lining us up for like a Day of Judgment. Yeah. That's like a sideboard card in most decks, which is quite funny. Sure. Well, now what do we want to do? All these cards, not a whole lot to do with it. Missed a land, which is okay. We kind of figured a bit that we'd miss a land. Let's just grab double land here. We don't really need to grab much else. Do I even want to stop them from doing anything? I'm not even sure. I guess I'd probably shock in to keep a braid. Might be a bit greedy here not to go for a board wipe, but we'll see. We'll hold this up to also block. I also want to catch the Overlord in this board wipe. What do I get rid of, though? Maybe it is a braid. Maybe a braid's just not good enough. Yeah, probably a braid. Remember, a get lost here into a helix somewhere else is just good. I could copy this, but it's legendary, and that'd be bad. A little part of me thought about helixing this, because what happens there is it comes back in tapped, and then they also have to pick up a land, which is a bit weird. I could also counter that. But I think I'm going for... Oh man, it's a bit weird. Oh, it's warped, I guess. Maybe they have protection. Maybe I punted here. I thought they hard cast this for some reason. They definitely did not, though. Oh, wow. That got through. Okay. You have to let that go because they can pop this land at any point. If they pop the land, we then snipe the Badger Mole Cub. Again, can pop the land at any point here, so there's no reason to budge. Haste is good. Sure. Yeah. Yes. Good deal. You can double that now, I guess. We are looking for our obvious card here. We're looking for a revelation at some point. We just need to find... Oh! Speak of them. Hello, sir. We can, like, make them pick this up and pop the land, which is really good. Surveil. I could also Day of Judgment here. A regular land's probably okay. We hold this as a defender. See what's up. They do have 6, 7, 8 mana, 9 mana. So it might just have to be like counter here. Block here. I don't know. Do some stuff. Or maybe it's counter consult. This is one of the hard parts of playing, is getting this type of turn figured out. If I can keep my creature, I will. Because with this deck, you can surprisingly strike for lethal. But as you'll see, this will enter. They have to pick up a land. They pick it up. Okay. Could have maybe picked up our token that was tapped. That makes some sense to me. I don't really want to do anything until they're in step. Wagon wheel. Sure. Lumbering world wagon. I call it the wagon wheel for some reason as well. Not really sure why. We have 5 damage, 4 damage. So we have 9 to set them to 6. And I can definitely cast 3 spells, I think. This is 3, 3, and 2. Yeah. Okay. I have basically everything available. They tap out, they lose. If they don't tap out, they might still lose. Back to your hand, 4 damage. Interesting deck my opponent's playing. It's a very cool one, at the very least. We're just looking for like a helix here, so we don't need to kick. We're looking 9 cards deep. Easy peasy. That's 6 plus 5 for 11, so it's enough just what's on the board. And we get there. Very cool. Third diamond game. A very interesting matchup. They had me swinging so many ways. Maybe they kept like a high payoff hand, but they just needed to hit some underneath stuff like a Badger Mole Cub. We saw Badger Mole Cub come in very late there. I'm interested to know. In best of 3, this is like a sideboard card. It's a really good card. Destroy artifact, enchantment, give like that indestructible. Just like a good versatility card. But it was kind of funny to turn their Sirach into like a draw 2 for us, even though it did draw them a couple of cards. I did almost punt with this guy, thinking that they hard cast it, because my goal was to let them hard cast that, defend everything, and then Sirach was just sitting there with 4 toughness that my Helix couldn't remove. And I was like, wait, I could lose this game. So that was a big punt by me there. And sometimes we just don't get punished for it, but thankfully we didn't. I should have just countered it straight up and just protected myself, and maybe swinging with this was a tad bit aggressive, but overall we end up coming away with the win, which is very nice, and we hit that diamond, which is also nice. So there it is. We hit the diamond with the same list, and other than a punt, I think we are good. I didn't show one match that I ended up winning because it was against Mill, and it was just kind of this really, I don't want to say boring, because if you find control matchups in mirrors very intriguing and interesting, it was very tense the entire game, and we end up winning with one card in my hand, like in my deck, with a revelation resolving with only 4 cards left. And the way we ended up winning that game was we casted a 3 steps ahead, copying a token off the revelation, and then casting a get lost and no moralizing our get lost to get the prowess for the 2 creatures up, and then helixing them, and we were lethal by 2, which was insane. And we had 1 card left. It was very absurd, but I had cut the first 15 minutes of that game, right? So I wasn't going to turn it on just because we were winning at the end. It was just this really weird, long, grindy matchup that we ended up taking away. So that was obviously awesome. But yeah, this deck's really solid. I still think this is a good stack for best of 1. I do think this build's good. You could argue maybe you drop in a Braid to play like a Fire Magic if you want. If you're a little bit more worried, you could bring in this for like the Mirror Breaker, which is obviously pretty good. And then maybe like a Biza or something if you really like playing Biza. I do think the Abrades is just really nice to have. Blows up monuments and things like that. It randomly picks off other artifacts like synthesizers, so we don't necessarily have to use our Ultima super early. So you can kind of protect yourself around that as well. So overall, I think the deck is really, really solid and in a really, really good spot. And obviously, I don't really like to upload the same deck back to back. But when I went to queue up and realized I was just a couple of games from Diamond and I cut it short, I just felt the need to finish it out with this stack, right? So with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.